Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair, in the middle of the class trial. So anyway, we're gonna just hop right back in where we were.
They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hiyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note,
I think she was go first.
it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
And they typed it as mothballs. It's mothballs.
I
That's
don't
funny.
eat mothballs.
Oh, she says
I
moths.
just enjoy looking at them.
But he sounded like he said mothballs, and that's why I was like, wait, what?
I knew it! There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
Not really.
Why did the killer go to all this trouble in
Because she
the
was
first
slashed
place?
up.
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
The reason the killer imitated the two victims in the movie... They probably wanted us to think everything was happening in the same way it did in the movie.
I see!
I'm guessing? Because I feel like... Because everyone
The
keeps
reason
thinking
the killer
Hiyoko was
imitated
second.
two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then, Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
Yeah, that's what I think.
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light.
Oh, yeah,
as
no,
light
okay.
as the
I get where
silk
she's going with this.
Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
She had blood on her feet, so she would have had to walk through Hiyoko's blood, and that wouldn't have been there if she was already dead.
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
Anyway, if this continues, we're just going to talk in circles. I think it's best if we clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed. And that's how the blood got smudged. It was all over her shoes. Perfect blood on the soles. I'm going to go with that.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
Hey, I didn't click anything. No, I didn't click anything! I didn't fucking click anything, you
When Hiyoko
asshole!
died,
This game is
Ibuki's
so...
feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor,
See, I have my
was there any
fingernail.
sign she stepped on something?
Yes.
I agree with that.
Oh, okay. Consenting.
Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
Which wouldn't be there if she was dead first.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood.
Hyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye! Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
I love you, Gundam, but Jesus.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know. You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
All right. I think I remember how to do these. Smudge on the floor. Why do I have 5 swords? This should be getting easier.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible!
I know, I'm trying to... No, we're supposed
Try to remember the crime scene.
Oh, okay,
There
I'm
was no
clicking the wrong
can't
button.
step on blood that was never... Just a... Did you see a nice
I was clicking the wrong button, that's why. Yep, no, I got it. Blah, 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 blah,
You're
blah.
saying
Okay.
the blood on Ibuki... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene.
It won't, like,
There was
go
no
the right
blood.
way.
You can't step on blood that
You know
was
what I
never...
mean? It's going diagonal.
Just about... Did you see a nice nightmare?
How come it's going diagonal? And I don't understand. Like, I'm actually clicking and doing this, but it's...
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet. Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no... You can't step on blood that was... Just about 1 minute.
Whoops.
Did you see a nice nightmare?
Here's what's really annoying. Like, I'm actually
You're saying
clicking
the
and
blood
doing
on
everything,
Ibuki's
like...
feet. Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the... There was no... You can't step on blood that was never there.
But it, like, automatically goes back to his side, like, instantly in the thing. So, like, what the fuck?
You're
Like...
saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember
Wait a
the
minute.
crime scene. There was no... You can't step on
Damn
blood
it.
that was
Okay,
never
you're
there.
supposed to use... I got it. Wait a minute. No, wait, hold on.
You're
Yeah, I got
saying
it.
the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene.
Crap!
There was
No!
blood
No!
on the
Damn it!
floor.
Fuck! It switched, and I didn't mean...
Crap!
No!
You're
Fuck.
saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no... You can't step on
Damn
blood
it!
that was never there.
This is really annoying. I'm so
You're
fucking
saying
bad
the
at
blood
this.
on Ibuki's feet. Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the... There was no... You can't step on blood that was never there.
And I hit this button, and then the wrong fucking
Just about
thing
1
went away.
minute.
Oh my god. I was trying to
See a
use
nice
this on
nightmare?
blood, but it wasn't... It didn't fucking come out. It's really pissing me off. Yes, shut up. I get
You're
it.
saying
Fuck
the
off.
blood on Ibuki's feet. Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the... There was... You can't step on blood that was
Oh
never
my
there.
god. Oh my god. And I'm never gonna hit it.
Just about... Did you see a nice nightmare?
I'm not even gonna bother. Like, this is just really... I hate this. I hate
You're
this
saying
crap
the
so
blood
much.
on Ibuki's feet. Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
There we
Allow
go.
me to cut
Like,
through
I
those
knew,
walls.
like, after the first couple times, I'm like, crap, I gotta swing this. But then every time I'm coming up, I'm
The reason
clicking
there was
that, but
no
it's
blood on the
not.
floor is
And it
because
was
the
like,
killer
and I'm like,
wiped it
oh
away
my
afterwards.
god. Or I'm like trying to like click it so much, like to get to other things that when that part comes up, I'd be like, fuck, I accidentally clicked the wrong button. And then it's like, oh my god. I'm so mad at this. I hate doing this because it changes every time. Because the last time we had to have a normal battle where we just pushed her back, and then we did this, and so it's like that. But oh my god, why does it change every time? I hate that.
Don't say such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
I'm so awful at this.
Yes, I do.
And I hate because they keep putting so much It's not just like, okay, we're doing this, but they put so many different things. It's like, it's not just like 2 or 3 different things. It's like there's 20 different trial things. It's like, I don't fucking remember from the last time we did what the hell I'm supposed to do. Like,
If you
it's
look
so
closer,
annoying.
There's a streak on the floor
So
where blood
annoying.
was wiped away.
I like these games, but I really hate that they try to be way too like let's do. We had like 6 different things in the last one. Let's do 20 different things at the trial this time. I can't keep that much shit straight. Let's simmer it down a
When
little.
the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right?
Oh, I figured maybe they didn't try to wipe it up. Maybe it was just Ibuki. Oh, I miss her already.
Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding.
Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
If the time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right?
Click.
Then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
Probably. Most likely.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then, but regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
You cray.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Huh? Suicide?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is.
So we'd have to vote for Ibuki?
Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself.
But it's still murder.
Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Oh.
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example,
If she was goaded.
it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
Maybe.
That's totally impossible. Then she never would have killed her to begin with.
Why?
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive!
Phew.
When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead.
What now?
If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
I mean...
She hanged herself, remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging.
Yeah, that seems painful.
Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means
You're a dumbass.
there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
Fucking crazy.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
Huh?
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when
fake.
she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
She had the gullible disease.
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
No, it's not.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence!
Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, we'll stick with this for right now, but...
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
That's not a good alibi.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi!
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then...
No, that's wrong! Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
You two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
Too much info.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was?
It was a murder of opportunity. Huh?
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel.
Confused?
I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
The killer had a different reason? If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Inside a trap set by one of us? If so, then whose? What kind of trap is it?
Hiya!
Well, hello there, Monami! The moss balls sure look tasty today!
Stop it!
Stop it! Don't characterize me as someone who lives off moss balls! And here's some chance time! Whoa, what's that? Now then, Monami's appeal time starts now! Huh? Appeal time? Your kind-hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor! Good luck! Show those jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss! That's 99% your fault. While you were whining, your time's already running out. So please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long. It'll just be a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way. Then... I'm Usami, magical miracle girl Usami. I'm an itty-bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Jeez, and I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment.
Who are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever. No idea what that was about, just random. Resume.
I'm Monami. Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation. Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this? We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead. No, this definitely cannot be allowed. That's why I want you to remember this. Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save frequently.
The reason the killer did an imitation murder is a reason other than falsifying the murder sequence. Did something like that even exist?
Huh. It suddenly got quiet in here. Did I confuse you? If so, I wish I could die from self-loathing.
Man, this again.
If that's the case, it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too. If that happened, the imitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
Because you're too annoying.
Well, it's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
That rule is too harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
But I'm thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
I feel like Hiyoko is just a murder of opportunity. Because she probably showed up at the music venue like Sonia told her to go look in the mirror. And it was like, fuck! And they were setting up...
It's not just that. Come
for
on.
Ibuki.
Try to remember the content of the movie.
Or like she would have seen, you know what I mean? Like she might have seen the evidence or seen that person there. And it was like, oh, no, I'm just here. And then they kill her, tie her up, do that, and then kill. You know what I mean? Like, what if she walked in and she saw the step stool and the thing and saw the person, the murderer there? Like, then if they let her go, we're like, oh, no, I'm just hanging out at the music venue. Then she would have been like, hey, I saw so-and-so at the music venue and there was a noose hanging from the thing. And, like, it would have been obvious who the killer was. So you can't plan to kill someone, have your murder all set up, and then have someone come in and just pretend twiddling your thumbs. Nope, I'm just hanging out at the music venue. Nope, I don't know what that noose is there for. It would look suspicious.
About the lion that got killed second.
That's the one Hiyoko's body was imitating, right?
Not exactly.
Even though we're calling it an imitation, the lion was actually pinned by arrows, right? But Hiyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape.
Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows.
Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete. If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning, They should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
I'm saying, Hyoko's murder wasn't.
That's what I think too.
What?
Hyoko's murder wasn't planned?
I understand that imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a bunch of assumptions?
It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details? Like what?
Like, for example, why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
So,
Come here.
you're saying the truth behind Hyoko's murder is hidden?
I have no freaking clue what you're trying to say.
However, this is getting quite interesting. My 4 dark devas of destruction are getting riled up.
Oh, look at your cute little fluffy hamster.
Why Hyoko went to the music venue? If that's the key to all this, I need to find that out no matter the cost. I don't know why. Why are there 5? There shouldn't be 5. This should be on like stupidly easy, so why are there 5 things? That's what I don't understand.
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that.
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it,
I think...
maybe she got abducted by the killer.
Okay, that's gonna be your room key.
No,
we have to say that
maybe. She went of her own free will.
That's it.
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
It's just as Sonia said. She went to the music venue of her own free will.
Because there was no messing around in her thing and she had her key on her.
So, exactly as I assumed.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Hyoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly cautious of the despair disease, you know? I don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
There's no way she got abducted?
Hyoko locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
We're like, hey! I know you're forcibly taking me, but let me lock my room first, man.
The killer could have locked her door, right? Just to hide the fact Hyoko got abducted.
But her thing was in her kimono.
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono. They would have put it somewhere more obvious. Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right? Then something like that.
I won't lose.
What?
Are you saying my gut was wrong?
Yes.
This will be my first and last highlight of the day.
No, that's not the issue.
Shut up! Enough with your fancy talk. I'll shut you up right now.
Okay, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Why are there so many?
Hyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak-looking, and that's why the killer targeted her. Hyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted. The killer forced their way into Hyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and
See?
weak-looking,
And like this one, we have to do it
killer
twice.
targeted her.
And that's annoying. Why the other one we didn't have to do it twice?
Hyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember?
And Sonia told her to go
It's
use
more
the
likely
mirror.
that Hyoko locked the door herself.
Yes.
The
So
killer
that's
was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
There's
Oh my
no
God.
reason for the killer to put the key
Oh my
in
god, we have to
Hyoko's
do this
kimono.
3 times now? What the
killer
fuck?
probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on. Try remembering Hyoko. Her kimono was all messed. There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up. She fought the killer.
Allow me to cut through those words. The reason Hyoko's kimono was messed up was because she wasn't able to properly wear it.
Yeah.
Wear her kimono?
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided to go out on her own.
Hyoko seemed to be really struggling with wearing her kimono. I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room. That is why I informed her. I told her that there was a full-length mirror at the music venue, and I suggested that she use it.
Then the reason her kimono was messed up wasn't because she fought the killer.
Nope.
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own just to fix her messed up kimono.
Yep. And I'm going to wrap this part up here because we're hitting the 30-minute mark. So I am going to see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.